Recently, a friend of mine who is a registered firearms dealer decided he wanted to launch a bowling ball from a cannon. Now, I've got a fair amount of experience with cannons and a whole load of experience with fireworks, launching everything from a 2-inch shell to a 16-inch shell out of mortar tubes, which are essentially cannons. Or should I say, cannon, because everyone knows that the plural for cannon is cannon. My only experience with bowling balls, however, is throwing them down an alley at some pins. And of course that bowling ball loop-the-loop that we once built. Now, I know from experience with firework mortars that they don't particularly need to be a tight fit. It's just the tighter the fit, the more efficient they work. And the more likely they are to blow up in the tube. Some firework shells have an inch of space while lowering them down into the tube. Anyway, back to the bowling balls. Some of you watching right now must be shouting at your screens going, just get an old gas cylinder, chop the bottom off, and there you go, you've got your perfect bowling ball cannon. Done! And all of you, no doubt, will be living in the USA as bowling balls fit perfectly into your cylinders. However, in the UK, they don't. It's probably some EU regulation that's purely there to stop people like us making bowling ball cannons. In order for a bowling ball to fit into one of our UK cylinders, you need to shave off about 10 mil from the ball. This isn't very helpful when you're trying to make a simple bowling ball cannon. But we did it, all in the aid of science, and this was our test shot. Funnily enough, another characteristic black powder has is it makes for a really good blasting powder. It was used for centuries in blasting rocks and trees and quarries and mines and anything else they wanted to blow up. This was before the invention of high explosives took over. So if you happen to have the thumb and the finger holes of the ball pointing down into the black powder and any of this black powder fills those holes, you're gonna blow the ball apart. Yeah, which is exactly what happened. Julian then decided he'd buy a huge piece of hydraulic pipe, as close to the ball size as possible. It wasn't a particularly tight fit to the ball, but I assured him it would definitely work. You just might need a bit more black powder than normal. We would then cut out all of the other components for the cannon and the carriage out of 20mm steel plate on our CNC plasma cutter. After a whole lot of plasma cutting, welding, painting, this was the result, ready for testing. $250 grams. Should we start with 200? Always starting small, we measured out 200 grams of a coarse grade black powder. Oddly, one thing we use a lot in pyro are turkey roasting bags. They're like the old American saran wrap. They don't catch fire and they certainly don't turn into liquid napalm when they get hot, which is nice. Okay, in it goes. In it goes, right. Let's push it down. Yep, it's him. The ball going in. Does that say legend? Well, it's a bit of a gap, isn't it?
There is a bit of a gap.
I think it'll be alright. Black powder for the touch hole. Because this is a first firing, we're going to fire it electrically from a safe distance where the Phantom is. Sure we are. Okay, we're firing electrically with the Cobra firing system. The igniter's in the fuse hole, as you can see there. It is armed, so all you need to do is press that number 1 button and it will fire.
Ready?
Yep. Woo. As soon as he pressed that button on the firing system, you can clearly see the touch hole ignite. It jets out smoke, then ignites the main charge, sending huge plumes of smoke out the muzzle. And then you see the ball emerge through the white clouds. All that smoke in front of the ball just shows you how terribly inefficient this cannon is.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yet, it still threw a 6 kilo ball 300 metres. That was 200 grams. I think we should go for 500.
Yep.
That's what we can fit in.
Yep.
500. Cool.
Yep. Go for it.
Time to ramp up to a proper charge. Yes, 500 grams. That's half a pound of black powder. 500 grams of coarse black powder going in there. It's difficult with one hand. My body well away from the centre of that. That works really well. Good design. It's good. I'm gonna put my camera in there. Not my face. Nice.
Dave.
Dave, of course it is.
Dave's going.
Good luck, Dave. Right. Chuck it into another one. That's one firing system. Move the channel up to number 1. That should appear. This one made a considerably bigger bang and a much bigger impact. It was highly satisfying. You want to press it?
You can press it this time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen for the whistle.
3, 2. Bloody hell! That whistled all the way down and made a huge divot.
It's standing up well to it.
Success! Well
Brilliant.
done!
Brilliant. Standing up well.
I cannot believe we can't find this. Oh, what's that? What's that? What's that? That'll be it. There we go. There it is. Yeah, that's left a hole. Look at that. So from there, all the way up to there. Let's go and find the ball. There it is.
It's Dave. Dave. How are you, Dave?
There's Dave. I think it impacted on Dave. Look at that. Wow. Filthy. We found the ball. It's gone all the way. Oh, you can actually see the cannon all the way up there. There's the ball. There's the cannon. I'll hand you that.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Well done. Good whistle. Very successful. It's the perfect distance.
It's still warm.
Yeah. If we did more. But we still want to go further. So 500 grams again, plus a bit. It wasn't a particularly scientifically measured bit. But after measuring my hands and calculating the volume in my cupped hands and the grain size of the black powder and my grabbing technique and taking into account the spillage, I worked it out to be around 100 grams. Yeah, I guessed. It's a little bit more than 500 grams this time.
Just a tad.
Just a little bit. Just that much. A handful. And then we fired it again. This was a huge bang. 3, 2. And I completely lost sight of the ball, which in turn distracted me and I forgot to trigger the Phantom.
There it is. Jeez.
Oh, I got some damage today.
Oh, it's Dave. Oh, yeah. Right. That's pretty impressive, but is there a hole in the fence? I mean, look at that. That is all the way up there.
750 meters. That was a pretty good first test of the cannon, and at least now we know what it can handle. Next up, we need to try to get some targets, and maybe a car. If you like this video, please show your appreciation by clicking that little like button below. And if you want to see what we do next with this cannon, click subscribe to keep updated with everything we do. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.